So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from Team Samurai X1 here, and today, guys, I'm coming at you with an Infernoid deck profile, and Sean, you know, has really been playing Infernoids for quite some time. If you guys do not remember, he did a profile on his Infernoids back in, what is it called? Dimension of Chaos?
Yeah, way back.
Docks? Yeah, man, when Docks came out, he won the box tournament in Docks, and he was playing Infernoids, and he's still playing this deck till today, and how are you liking Infernoids so far?
Last format, it didn't work because Cosmo was a terrible matchup, and when Reasoning went to 1, Little BB died inside. But this format, I mean, your two best matchups are Blue Eyes and BA, so I figured this would be a good time to try it out, give the deck a go, and see how it works out.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And you also top 8 locals today as well with this deck, so it's pretty cool. So without further ado, you ready with the deck profile?
Yep.
Start with the monsters real quick.
Okay, so we'll start with the Infernoids. This isn't the Imagination build, so you don't run as many Infernoids as you do in any other build. 1 Anuku, 1 Deviati, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Spell Trap Negator, Monster Negator. Both amazing cards. Sometimes you'd like to see one over the other depending on the matchup, but I mean, both really good. 1 Atondel. This format, I don't really like this card, but you still run it at 1 because Blue Eyes have monsters that get over it. Pendulums, you can't really use its effect versus Pendulums, and BA's always float. So it's a name. I might like cut this for Antrax, but it's good for rank 8s. The 1 rank 8 you play too. So
nice.
The main MVP, one of the main MVPs of the deck to me.
Saisamus.
3 Saisamus.
Really good.
Since pretty much a lot of like non-targeting removal left, like Ignister went to 1, Stormforth went to 1, etc. Like having non-targeting banishment removal is really good in a 2600 body. If this card was near, I probably wouldn't play the deck. For the rest of the Infernoids, you run 3 Patrulia. Again, your MST of the deck, and you run 3 Harmodic. Your Monster Destroyer of the deck, and obviously to end it off, you run your 3 Decatron, which pretty much
is your setter.
It's kind of like your toolbox, right? Because when you bring this out, you can destroy a monster, you can pop a spell, you can send Saisamus, and like there's some combos you do where BAs leave monsters in defense mode. You can send a Saisamus, attack with this, take the damage, but banish one of their cards, and you can special Saisamus out and do like you basically get 2 banishes.
Pretty good.
You can send this and then special Tondel and make your rank 8s. It just does a lot for the deck, and it's also, if for some weird reason someone's playing Iron Wall, it's your main out, or any Floodgate, it's your main out to it.
Awesome.
So.
Okay, pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for your monsters.
That's for the Infernoid section. I play 7 other monsters.
Okay.
So you play. I decided to play a Lightsworn Infernoid build because to me it's a bit more explosive, and every deck is having like a really explosive turn 1 board, or a really explosive just can bring out a bunch of monsters, and you kind of want to do the same.
Yep.
So I run the 3 Wolf, and I'll admit this card is bricky. I might cut 1 for a Lila, but I just decided to give it a go. When you mill this off Recharge, when you mill this off Charge, when you mill this off Reasoning, it bypasses Reasoning and Gate, so it special summons itself, and it special summons it out and gives you a lot of combo plays to go with right off the bat. The 3 Raiden, obvious mill 4 at certain points and sets up all your sets up most of your synchro plays, then Decatron, and the 1 Photon Thrasher. Search it with Rhoda, a good first summon out of the way. This plus this is Tsukiyomi or Omega right off the go, which is always a good play to start you off.
Nice, awesome.
And that's all the monsters I run.
The monsters, and there's nothing in the monster lineup that you would like to change? Other than, of course, cutting the wolf.
I might cut 1 wolf for a Lila only because, like, I feel like I see charge, and I see charge a lot, and at least with Lila, like, there is some value in the card. Was when I draw wolf, unless I draw recharge, like it's just stuck there.
Nice. Okay.
And when you're not drawing it, it's great.
It's great because you're milling through the deck.
But like when you draw, it can cost you a game because the format's just really quick, right? And I might cut the 1 Atondel, but I'm very iffy on it. I might cut it for an Antra maybe because bouncing cards has more value than 2800 monsters that can attack twice because a lot of decks just laugh in the face of it at this point.
Awesome.
So in terms of spells, the one downside to this deck is there's a lot of 1-ofs, which kind of suck because sometimes you need it, but you know you only have 1 chance to draw it. One for one, great because you discard. You bring out Decatron and you discard, and almost anything you discard is like a positive usually. Burial from a different dimension. You're banishing all your Infernoids. Bringing back 3 is just more fodder in your resource game. Foolish. This can get you whatever Infernoid you need when you need it. Or also, if you have Raiden and Foolish, that's an instant Omega because you can send Wolf, bring this out, mill 2, make Omega, make what you need. And then the 1-ofs that I wish were 3-ofs, Reasoning and Monster Gate.
Really, unfortunate that Reasoning's at 1, but it's still a really great card if it goes
And
off.
the reason why I like the Thrasher and Wolf is because they bypass Reasoning in this deck.
What do you mean by that? Yeah.
Okay, so when you tribute a monster with Monster Gate or you mill with Reasoning, they can't be normal summoned, so they bypass. So if you keep going with Photon Thrasher, just straight bypasses it. With Wolf, you'll special summon, but you get to keep milling.
Oh, okay.
So you not only do you get the bonus of a Wolf, you get whatever monster or whatever they didn't call right or wrong. So you just keep going.
Awesome.
Rhoda to get Thrasher rating, depending on what you need. This is the one card I might cut because it just going second. I never really feel the need for it, and you have so many little normal summons to begin with. So like when you do have it mid to late game, it's absolutely insane. But I mean, I can see an argument for getting rid of it for maybe a Regeki, maybe something along those lines. Something just to clear back row or clear the monsters because you're always going to go second with this deck 90% of the time.
Okay.
The 1 upstart, obvious. 2 charge of the Light Brigade, obvious. Instant fusions for the Norden. 2 twins first because you're going second, so you don't really care. And everything, like 90% of the stuff, you don't really care what you discard. The 3 solar recharge for the Lightsworn targets, and the only trap I run in the main is the 1 spiritual swords of revealing light. So what this card does is basically, while it's a continuous trap on the field, you can pay 1,000 to negate any attack from a monster, which comes in handy, especially with the size of monsters now. But the other reason you use this is because when you mill it in the graveyard, you can banish it, and your opponent can't attack you directly for the turn. And why this is useful sometimes is when you special out Omega, you can just keep bringing this back and making sure you don't die.
Awesome. Okay. Damn. It's pretty good.
The 1 Norden, obvious. Instant Omega, instant rank 4. I don't play Chambara, but like, yeah, anything you need to out a situation, and your rank and your Synchro 8s are pretty good in this deck. Scarlight, just to blow up the field and burn if you need. And you can burn your own monsters for game too. It's just your version of like Barbar for game, right? So
Yeah.
Cyframe Lord Omega, obvious. I'll probably run a second one, it just hasn't come in the mail yet, so there you go. Crimson Blader, insane against most decks.
Blue Eyes.
Absolutely wins you the Blue Eyes match. Like, you don't lose when this card, unless somehow they can normal summon Blue Eyes, you usually win when you bring this out. Stardust Spark, just, there's a cool combo against Cosmo, or any deck, where if you Stardust Spark in Sightsumis, you can attack with Sightsumis, Stardust Spark on Sightsumis stays alive, and you banish what you attacked if you want to remove it. So that plus like any floodgates, like if you want to side anti-spell vanities, anything like that, this just protects and bails you out. And it's really, all the 8s are really easy to make. Scrap Archfiend for the OTKs because it's a vanilla. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, just obvious protection purposes, and it's a pretty good, one of the best ranks, level 7s out there. Ancient Sacred Wyvern for OTKs, and also sometimes you can just get it to a really massive amount. Like,
Yeah.
I was playing someone, I got this up to 6,600. How are you gonna get over that?
Yeah,
right?
it's huge.
And usually you're not really, especially against decks where they're paying a lot of life points. A lot of decks are because they're playing Strikes, Cosmo are paying life points, like, with the exception of BA, but like most decks are usually going to be below you in life points by the time you bring this out. And you're already at a plus when you do, right?
Awesome.
The one thing I might put back in is I might want Colossal Fighter, just because it gets up to 3,100 with
Raidens in the
with the
grave.
Raidens in the grave, and it can bring you back a Raiden when you need, and it's just something that can beat over Blue Eyes, which is something I'll admit, like, sometimes you find yourself needing, but in terms of the Xyz, the 1 Harbinger, the 1 Big Eye, debating between this and Flare Metal. I'm just giving it a go, seeing what works. Big Eye solid, can't complain. Castell, removal. Fujinte Tsukiyomi. So it's so easy to combo off with 2 lights, whether you get like Wolf Raiden, Thrasher Raiden, even if you go Thrasher Wolf, and you're just instantly, a lot of times what you can do is, with Tsukiyomi, is you can set your spells and traps that you need. Very few of them are like quick plays, and you just discard your dead Infernoids, draw 2 new cards, and who knows, right?
Yeah, really, really good. That's good tech.
Dweller, obvious. Levier, for any time you banish your deck, like, it doesn't come up a lot because you're obviously not running a lot of 3s, but when it does, like, just bringing back a Decatron could swing the game. And Dante, obvious military.
To run off your monster lineup. Okay, so Sean, do you have anything else you want to say about this deck profile?
Man, I think it's a solid deck. This format, it's a good rogue option. I mean, again, Blue Eyes BA, you really have a good matchup with them. It's really hard to lose because you're banishing their resources, and Sightsmith can win you the game just on its own.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't siding for you this format, whereas
exactly.
in Necro's format, you had Iron Wall.
Yeah.
In Necro's format, they said Iron Wall, and then you just were unfortunately got hit with the brunt of it. When Cosmo were big, people sided Iron Wall. This format, like, Vanity's the thing, but you have easy ways to out it. You can side Lila, you have Decatron, you have two and Twin Twister and 1 in the side. A lot of people aren't siding for you or expecting it, so you can really catch people by surprise. And I'd probably side heavy for Pendulums, because that's the one thing that'll wreck you.
Yeah, and also, do you know, like, the Goyo Defender build, when they speed up the deck with, like, Decatron Goyo Defender and they make that crazy board? Why would you prefer this version over that version?
Because I feel like it's a very fragile. It's kind of like
It's
a very fragile build. So if you stop either the Decatron or the Levier with Valor, like,
yeah, you stop.
It's the play stops. Whereas with this one, like, I feel like the lights ones offer so much more. If something stops, what can I keep doing? And that's the key, right? In this format, because
I understand.
With all the hand, especially that deck, like, that deck dies to max C a lot more. And it's kind of like Metal Folk saying, like, if you get the combo off, you pretty much can win the game, right? But if you don't, or you fall under a hand trap or something, you're stuck with a mediocre board. And also, like, the one thing I don't like about Goyo Defenders is, and the one thing I don't like with the Goyo Defender build is you have to run Pyramus, and Pyramus, unless you're playing Demise, is kind of a shitty card to have.
Okay.
It's a level 1 that has no 0 attack, 0 defense, and yeah, like, if you can try to bounce a set card, but, like, if it's a spell or trap, they'll chain it, and if it's a monster, I mean, no one really sets monsters this format. Right?
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to run. I just wanted cards that, like, when I drew them, just get me out of the game.
Okay, yeah. Awesome.
And unfortunately, like, it comes at a compromise with maybe having a wolf that bricks too much, or bricks. But I mean, I'm willing to take the higher upside than, like, you know, just raising the ceiling a bit for lower power.
Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, Sean, thank you so much for this deck profile. And this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.